Hello, Orvillians, Orvalites, hillbillies of the galaxy. It is I, Average Joe, the Average Geek, here once again with my Orville review for this week, and it was a pretty good episode. I enjoyed this episode. I had some issues with it here and there, but all in all, it was very enjoyable. It was really great. It kind of opened up with this alien civilization sending a message out into the stars, trying to see if someone else is out there. And I can appreciate that. That was great. And then, but what I really, really loved was the sheer joy the crew of the Orville had for a chance to make first contact with a new civilization. It was like they were all excited to do it. Like, that is what they do. That is their job. Let's do it. It was great. They were all gung ho about it. Lots of joy and excitement and elation for the chance to do first contact. And at first glance, the alien species is happy to see them, and it's joyous, and people are just shaking hands and cultural exchange and all the really fun things that we want a first contact to be. But which is, as we've seen in previous episodes of the Orville, religion and superstition, mainly superstition, sours the entire interaction. The Those that were born under the wrong astrological sign are immediately sequestered in internment camps and never given the opportunity. And it hits Kelly and Bortus, who are, you know, Jellicos. They are undesirable because of their birth month, which is positively insane. Um, and Orville does not shy away from discussing these things. It's very clear how they feel about things like religion and ridiculous superstition. And it's nice to have a show say that outright. It's one of the things the Orville does really, really good. I loved those aspects of this episode. The aliens designs, they it was a little generic. It felt very kind of forehead appliancey kind of stuff. Especially considering most of the species that we see in Orville, or a lot of the species we see in Orville, are very unique and dynamically designed. This design was a little muted. Maybe that was to drive home the thematic nature of, you know, there being so close to humanity, and that's the kind of stupid crap humanity does now. Maybe that had a lot to do with it, with that particular design aesthetic. But it was really good. So we see Kelly and Bortis put in internment camp. Um, we see Dr. Finn, is checking babies, and they're performing unnecessary C sections and birthing children intentionally prematurely to keep them from being under this astrological sign, and it's nuts, and it comes across as pretty crazy in this episode, and that sours the elation of the first contact, which, it should have been a joyous occasion. And then, of course, Ed Mercer does everything he can to to rescue them and get Kelly and Bortus out of this camp. But I mean, it's a first contact situation, and we even see Admiral Ted Danson, which was fun, playing Admiral Perry. Very nice little cameo there, saying, "Look, this is a first contact situation. They Our hands are tied. We can't go in there guns blazing, nor would we really want to. We have to find a diplomatic route." And I can understand that. It's a tough time. It's a thin sheet of ice these people are walking on in these first contact situations. So I understand where the Admiralty would feel in this situation. And for me, this is a little bit where the episode goes off the rails a little bit here and there. Um, First, Kelly and Bortus decide to uh, effect a violent escape. They end up shooting a bunch of military personnel and blowing things up, and it seemed haphazard. It seemed not really thought out. It seems like a decision driven by the emotion of the woman getting her child taken away. And it really didn't seem like a decision Kelly normally would have made. Uh, so that was it was very kind of cross purposes to what we usually see about this character. So that kind of rubbed me a little bit the wrong way. Um, it just didn't seem like it didn't go anywhere. It didn't have any real purpose in the story. There could have been another way. And ultimately, the ultimate resolution of the episode of let's create a false star to trick the people into the constellation, the sign that these people were birthed into. The star is back in previous in like 2 3,000 years in its history. It was swallowed up by a black hole, and that spawned this religious kind of fervor around this particular sign. So let's trick them into seeing a star where it once was nothing. That seemed to be a little Deus Ex Machina in the episode. Um, I would have preferred a diplomatic solution. You know, it seems there was a missed opportunity there for a little bit more discussion, a little bit more exploration of the themes of this episode, which is man versus religion, superstition, that kind of idea. But those are kind of minor quibbles. It wasn't an incredibly satisfying resolution to the conflict to me. But there are other great things. Like we now get Jennifer Schozer's new security chief, who was great and engaging and fun. And I think I like her more than Alara. Alara, I don't know. There's a lot of Alara fans out there, but I was never, I liked Alara, but she wasn't the crux of the show for me. But it's very interesting to see how this new security chief works. Obviously, as Zillian, kind of makes me wonder why they went with another Chilean female following the exit of Halston Sage. We'll see where it goes. She was fun. A lot of fun stuff there, talking about how she knocked her previous captain out and how she would not hesitate to do the same thing to Ed if the time it needed it. Um, when they've been put in the holding cell on this planet and a guy comes in with a firearm and she just jacks him straight up, holds him up against the wall, and Ed says put him down, and she just looks at him, she's like, this is your lucky day, drops him. I'm like, okay, she's a badass. So that was fun. All in all, this was a good episode. I'd give it a solid B. The only thing preventing it from being an A is the bit of the Deus Ex Machina resolution to the entire story, and the very kind of out of character violent revolt that Kelly and Bortus went on inside the prison. But hey, it was good stuff. I enjoyed it. I guess what solid B, solid B. Again, the Orville's great. I love it. Well, if you agree with me, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. If you disagree with me, you think I'm talking out of my ass, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below. What did you think about this episode? What would you grade it? And we will speak again very, very soon. Y'all have a good night. Peace.